So, full disclosure, I don't know if I've ever really felt like I belong. I've often felt like I'm too much of something to fully belong to some groups. I'm too conservative here, not conservative enough there. I'm often close enough to get near a group, but never fully aligned enough to belong, which means the algorithms that drive my social media feeds are often confused. And to be honest, sometimes I just mess with them just to see what they do and for fun. And it means that I end up hearing things from all sides on any given issue, right? Right, left, center, Christian, secular, vehement atheist, to Christian nationalist. I hear it all, and I know someone personally pretty much in every single camp. And that makes my social media accounts interesting to watch, and well, it sometimes just makes me sad. Because in all those conversations that I see play out, we have someone else, most of whom is a person we've never really met, we don't know, who's on the other side, and we always just disagree. And our disagreements feel like we're just puffing up our side of our chest on why we are right and they're clearly wrong, and I see that played out on every issue. Name the issue and I can name friends who disagree strongly about it. They are always right, the other side is always wrong. But here's the thing I can't get past. Is that the reality that we're hoping for? Where there's always sides, where we're always arguing, where there's always a winner and inherently a loser? And that's certainly what our culture is going for. It's charging at that thing hard. But is that what we the church, want? Do we want to be on the side that always thinks of ourselves as right because it makes other people wrong? What if there wasn't a side? And I'm not saying that things aren't true or that we suddenly fully agree, but what if we didn't make the disagreements into multiple teams or camps? What if we could love one another, really care for one another, even when we think someone else is deeply wrong? What would it look like to affirm who someone is and what God has done in their life and still disagree? What if there wasn't a side to be on in the first place? Look, the scriptures talk about this on a pretty regular basis. Jesus flat out tells us in John 13, he says, "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know you are my disciples, if you love one another." And look, we may come back to this idea because there's a lot here, but I want to start with this. Most of us aren't really ready for the radical love that Christ throws out there. It isn't what many of us experience, and we don't know how to replicate it. But let's take Jesus' radical command and make it into something simple and practical. What if we didn't have to think about everything as having a side? What if we were more shaped by the gospel than our politics? What if we looked at everyone in the church as trying to do their best and refused to give into this us and them mentality? That doesn't get us fully to the radical command of loving one another that Christ says, but it's a journey, and it starts us with a step. And honestly, I can't think of a better step in this climate to begin the question of what if there wasn't a side to be on? Because friends, that's where we are. Our culture wants us to pick. It wants you to pick, where you are right and someone else is always wrong. But what if there isn't a side? What if there are just people whom God loves and is inviting into a different way to live? Grace and peace, friends. Have a good week.